was in 1975 that the first one-day World Cup final was contested here at Lord's Cricket Ground in London. There had only been 18 one-day internationals previous to that tournament, so the game was but an embryo. But it was played on a beautiful day in front of a full house and between the two finest teams in the world, Australia and West Indies.
We kept being told, the Australian team, by the English cricket writers, that we didn't know how to play the game because it was a containment game, not an attacking game. Well, the two teams that got to the finals both attacked.
We had a very formidable side, and once we gelled together, I'm sure that I knew that we can give a good account of ourselves.
Ian Chappell won the toss and somewhat surprisingly chose to bowl first. Mind you, he had Dennis Lillee, Jeff Thomson and Gary Gilmore at his disposal. The gamble paid off handsomely. Suddenly West Indies were 53 for 3 with Roy Fredericks, Gordon Greenwich and Alvin Kallicharran all gone. Then Super Cat, Clive Lloyd, walked to the wicket.
We got 3 quick wickets and then Clive Lloyd came in and he batted us from one side of Lord's to the other.
I went out to bat, and then I met Rohan Kanai, and you know I was dropped at mid-wicket by Ross Edwards. But from then on, everything just hit the middle, and Rohan was playing beautifully too. So the two of us repaired the situation and put us in a very strong position.
It was a typical Clive Lloyd innings. He used to have that big bat with a really thick handle, and he used it to bludgeon the bowlers. I think he might have given one chance early on, which we dropped, and not knowing it at the time, but that was going to cost us the World Cup final.
None who saw Clive Lloyd that day will forget his innings. He made 102 from just 85 balls, and by the time he'd finished, the West Indies had the initiative. 291 in their 60 overs, untold riches.
He actually sort of took the fight to the bowlers. Well, Clive always did that anyway. I mean, wasn't unusual for Clive. In the series, probably, but it wasn't unusual for Clive. You knew what Clive could do. I mean, you all knew what Clive could do. He did it quite often for Lancashire. He did it for the West Indies.
I guess if you're going to lose, and nobody likes to lose a final, but if you're going to lose, the man you'd like to see beat you is Clive Lloyd, because one, he was a lovely bloke, and two, he was a very aggressive batsman.
We played good, intelligent cricket, and we were deserved winners. But you know, Australia, you know, played as tough as they normally do, and they too were the finalists. But I thought that it was a terrific tournament, and I was glad to be part of it, and having won that trophy for the first time, it was excellent.
To use an old cricketing cliche, Clive Lloyd had truly played a captain's innings. Australia fought for all they were worth. Indeed, Jeff Thomson and Dennis Lillee were there at the end, scampering for every run they could find. But in the end, they fell just short. 17 runs was the margin of victory, and the first World Cup went the way of the West Indies. Clive Lloyd's men were champions.